10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is January 2nd. Happy New Year, happy holidays. I was off for a few days, but I'm back now, so I'm glad to be back. I missed you all. Haven't been around in trading too much either, so I feel a little bit out of the loop with everything that's going on, but hey, I'm back now, so yeah. Anyway, let's go to the main stories, right? So there's a whole bunch of things to cover today. We're going to start with this calculation that Patches ran a few days ago, and he was working out what the total RPL supply is and working out the inflation. And then when you add the inflation with the total supply, it tells you that we now have 20 million RPL tokens. So that is, a landmark and a milestone. And, our RPL is inflating by 5% a year. So in another year from there, we'll have another million tokens and so on. And that amount will keep growing over at the moment, like forever. But it seems like some of the tokenomics discussions that are taking place might change the way the inflation works. But this was a nice milestone. So thanks, Patches, for sharing that. Now, Valdov says, not sure I'd say RPL supply crosses 20 million yet. And he said, Patches says, don't. And Valdov says, I won't. And Patches says, last time someone did, people panic dumped. So there's a way of basically calling the function to call the inflation, and whatever has accrued basically over the course of the month, you can interact with the contract to distribute that inflation basically. And it's part of the contract. It's supposed to happen every 28 days, but you can call it any time. It's just you're spending gas to do it. So there is a way of doing that, but it's inconsequential. But anyway, that's a nice little update from Patches there. Okay, so over the days that I was off, there was some interesting price action going on with RPL. There were a couple of moments where the price moved up by 5 to 10%, and that made people quite happy. However, the sentiment didn't last too long, and the price has kind of been fluctuating up and down. And one of the things that's been causing that is this change in liquidity. So here you can see that a lot of liquidity was removed, and the price was looking like it was moving upwards. And there were a few of these spikes in liquidity here where there's a lot of concentrated liquidity, but for the most part, the price is moving up quite nicely. However, a lot of the liquidity came back, and then the price kind of started moving back down a little bit. So that's kind of where we are right now as well, with price of RPL going up and down. This is what the chart looks like right now. I've been looking at the 3-minute chart. So if we just zoom out to like the 1 hour chart, you'll get an idea of what the last few days have looked like. And as you can see, there was some ups, and then there was some downs, and then there was another up, and then another little bit of a down, and now hopefully another up is starting. However, what's happened with this is that a whole bunch of technical analysis people have started coming out of the woodwork and follow this at your own warning. This show, of course, is not any kind of financial advice, but here we have Miyamoto saying RPL, there's a triple tap at the weekly resistance on the 1-day chart. When ETH decides to move, this is going to fly, waiting for the 100-day EMA to cross the 200 EMA on the daily. So this is just different kinds of technical analysis jargon. Basically what the person is saying is that the price has reached these levels 3 times, which means that it's like, the resistance there is weakening. And when Ethereum moves, then Rocket Pool's RPL will move with it. And they're just waiting for some more bullish indicators, which is this moving average, waiting for the 100-day exponential moving average to cross the 200-day exponential moving average, because that will paint a bullish sentiment in the market, with the averages going higher on the longer terms than the short terms. So sorry, the shorter terms and the longer terms. So that technical analysis strategy for crypto bros or trader bros. So you can take from that whatever you want, but I just thought I'd give it some coverage, just to poke holes in this to begin with. Look, as you can see on the chart as well, it's painting the line with different points. So the first, wick up, it painted it made a line from the body of the candle, and then in the next one they made it from the wick, and then finally it made it kind of halfway between the wick and the body. So like this is a broken technical analysis, even as someone who doesn't believe in technical analysis, of course, but even then you can see that that's not good technical analysis. And then there's some more technical analysis here as well from A, who's saying RPL looking pretty good here, pump ? So there's this idea that, look, there's a descending wedge, and this is a pattern that sometimes breaks to the upside. And there's, I guess what this person is saying is that you just need to test that upside limit, and then once it gets through that, it could potentially move up to the high 30s according to this chart that's drawn here. Now again, this person's making the same mistakes in their line drawing, and they're drawing lines to make it mean whatever they want, right? So they're using wicks, they're using candles, they're using wicks again, and it's just not good. This is not good. As much as technical analysis can be good, this is not good technical analysis. So there's definitely that to keep in mind with a lot of this stuff. It's just not good quality stuff. Then we actually have some TA for Ethereum as well. And this again, Wolf here is a user who has over 100,000 followers. So this is a person who has a premium TA service as well. And he's saying that the move to $3,500 ETH has just begun. So that was because there was a price move up for Ethereum overnight. Rocket Pool kind of followed it for a while, outperformed it for a little while, but then kind of got smacked down a little bit because I guess people were selling into that bullish movement. So this is the sentiment at the moment. There's a big bullish bias in the crypto community right now, and whether that works out or not, of course, you'll have to wait and see. But that's what people are that's the position people are taking. So I thought I would cover that for you. This, of course, as always, has not been financial advice. It's not trading advice. It's not investment advice. You all can do whatever you want. I'm just bringing that information to you for education and entertainment purposes. Okay, next we have some updates for the new tokenomics updates, the rapid research incubation. And here we have this from Samus, who is saying that made a Python script that allows you to toggle various inputs and plot the resulting RCMs for comparison. The foundation for the calculations come from this comparison done by Lido, and then this link, and it says where the complete calculations are found here, and there's another link. There's a similar Excel sheet that shows various calculations for this commission cut proposal can be found in this repository, and then there's a link there, or you can view it on Google Sheets here. So it's a simple summary of this plot is that the y-axis is RCM, that's the rewards capital multiplier. It's the multiplier of how much more rewards you earn versus solo staking. So solo staking is 1. I think if you're earning twice as much, then y equals 2, etc. When the x-axis is the percentage of ETH only node operators bond total bond of 1/3 ETH only bond is 33%. So the remaining 2/3 is RPL stake node operator bond. It says the commission cut proposal explored here uses simple distribution strategy of evenly dividing the total new ETH diverted from commission only by the total number of mini pools. All mini pools all earn the same amount, so a lower LEB has a higher RPL exposure but earns more ETH commission relative to the size of their bond. So then it's kind of throwing out some different curves there and some different pieces of information with different scenarios, so you can go and check out the information and all the different ways that the results were put together, and you can interact with that information as well. And Samus has been happy to ask and answer questions on this behalf as well. And then we have Art Democrat, who also got involved. He says, I moved the document which I had created for the research idea we had been discussing in this thread to the governance forum as a rapid research proposal following a wax call to action to submit our ETH and RPL value adding ideas. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it. So then if you go to the forum, you can read Art Democrat's post here, and he says, with the goal of protecting our ETH's value and increasing RPL token utility within Rocket Pool ecosystem, this proposal aims to, and says, introduce a RPL rerouting mechanism to compensate our ETH holders and smoothing pool operators from intentional or unintentional node operator effectiveness underperformance. This is as of August 23rd. The 15 largest underperforming node operators based on number of mini pools were responsible for 33% of all consensus layer penalties accrued by the protocol, and for 32% of all the execution plus consensus layer missed rewards. And then it says increase RPL's utility within the protocol by auctioning the RPL rewards of underperforming node operators, or a portion of their RPL bond if their collateral level is below the 10%, or if their RPL rewards amount is insufficient. And it says the ETH gathered from the RPL auction is rerouted to compensate our ETH holders and smoothing pool participants for the missed ETH rewards penalties of underperforming node operators. And then it says to be determined, mirroring Ether's burn mechanism introduced with EIP 1559, burn the equivalent amount of auctioned RPL to offset the RPL sell pressure caused by the RPL auctioning mechanism, and then gives an example of what that might look like. So this is a lot of research here that shows the different information about different kinds of validators and how wasteful they are for the protocol, and how much we're losing in terms of rewards by what they're doing. And there's a lot of detail in here, so definitely go and give that a closer look. And Art Democrat really did a good job of presenting all that information. So he gave a shout out to Waldorf for being a sparring function for this idea. Waldorf says, in general, I'm supportive, but I have a few thoughts. And then he has a few thoughts on there as well. And then Seamus says this is an interesting proposal. And then Waldorf here has some more points and questions where our Democrat answered that information. So if you are curious about that, go and give that a read as well. The deadline for Rapid Research Incubator has been extended by a few days. So I think you have until the 9th of January now to still be eligible for a prize. So if you haven't done that yet, you still have a week to do that. So get on it. Okay, sticking with the forum here, we got this update from Schifrin, who of course is the admin of the GMC. So he says round 7, which was from November 12th to December 10th, grants bounties retrospective award results. So here we have an update of the results. There's information about the subcommittees, and then proposals, sharing process, and things that changed from the last round, about how that's working out. And then application breakdown. So it says we had 1 grant application, 2 bounty applications, and 11 retro applications. So the total grants request was $7,000, bounties request was $15,000, and retro requested was $7,800. So total amount requested was $29,000. The amount of money coming into the GMC was $90,000, and the total amount reserves were $1,666,000. So then it tells you about the different awards and how much those paid, and what the GMC thought of the scoring for that. And then there was a detailed award results. So for each grant applied, there was information about what they were getting, how much they were getting, why they were getting it, what the GMC liked or didn't like about this, and all that information is broken down for you to go and have a look at as well. And then there was information about member participation and other stages. And Waldorf said loved the detailed award results format. So there's a lot of really good information here now. I think the GMC, we've really hit our stride with getting the information out, and a huge amount of that is thanks to Schifrin and other members who brought really good ideas as well. Just some really good information. We're getting really good now at getting the information out to the community. So if you haven't interacted with the GMC in a while, and if you are curious about starting up working for the GMC again, then definitely take heart in the fact that we're doing really good work now. So yeah. Okay, next we got this update from Ramana about Lidont. So Val said, can you explain how Lidont works? So Ramana says, here's my overview of Lidont. He says, no, I'm not authoritative on this, just saying what I know or remember. The website probably has some info too, Lidont.io. So he says you deposit ST-ETH into Lidont protocol to be unstaked from Lido. You choose the output pipe for where you want your unstaked ETH to go, or what I guess what you want your unstaked ETH to be. And it says the output pipe that holds your ETH for as long as you want it to leave it there. While it's held in the output pipe, you receive Lidont awards as well as any additional incentive rewards specific to the pipe. Different output pipes might convert the ETH immediately to something else, e.g. rETH, or is held as that instead. It says whenever you want, you can pull your tokens held and accumulated reward tokens. What I'm asking, and then he's saying about like with Rocket Pool, is an account that owns the rETH output pipe, which means tweaking its RPL emission parameters mainly, I think. And it says the pipe is immutable, but then just kind of getting some information. So there's some information there about how Lidont works. So if you're curious about it, they're getting really close to launch now, and I think it's going to be really exciting. With this, like hopefully, the meme factor of it can take off, and that would be really exciting. Okay, next we've got some updates from Moist Owlbear. So here, we covered this about his REP, the Ronin proposal to get a staked LST tokens on their bridge, and of course, using rETH, which is what Moist Owlbear wants. However, like one of the really cool things that's happened is this information has been taken up by other members of the Ronin / Axie community, and Sky Mavis is the company. So here we have psychout.ron, and this person is the co-founder, chairman, COO of Axie Infinity, Ronin Network, and Sky Mavis. So he's quite involved, and it's a really big deal. So he says it's been years since we first discussed enabling yield for bridged assets as a protocol revenue stream. Great to see proposals like this, similar to what Blast is doing. Security has to be the number one priority, but once resolved, this will be very bullish for Ronin. So it seems like people are quite happy with the way that this is working, and I hope that this is good for Ronin, it's good for Rocket Pool, it's good for everyone involved. That would be really cool. Okay, next we have this article for Binance Square, which is a new service from Binance, and they say that rETH staking surpasses 1 million, securing 8.91% market share. So they're saying, according to Foresight News, data from DeFi Llama reveals that the Ethereum liquidity staking protocol Rocket Pool's rETH has surpassed 1 million in staking, ranking second only to Lido's 9.1 million staked. This achievement secures 8.91% market share. That's for LSTs, for Rocket Pool's rETH. So they're giving a little bit of a shout out to Rocket Pool here with that news. So I thought I'd give them a shout out for giving us a shout out. Okay, next here we're going to talk about PancakeSwap. So PancakeSwap here has had a bullish couple of weeks, and it's moved up from around $2 all the way up to around $3.45. So like a 60% increase in price. Now you might be thinking, hey Wack, like why are you talking about PancakeSwap? Like what's that got to do with Rocket Pool? Well, here there's a tweet from Jasper who's saying, enjoying that cake pump. Well, the best way to get cake is to stake your rETH in the concentrated LP incentivized by Rocket Pool, a 30% APR with the most decentralized and robust LST on the market, rETH, and links below. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because the IMC, Rocket Pool's Incentives Management Committee, has like kind of a relationship with PancakeSwap for their ETH rETH pool, and the Incentives Management Committee provides some incentives towards that pool, and then PancakeSwap also provides incentives towards that pool in terms of cake emissions. So they put a certain amount of their cake token towards that. Now with the price of cake going up, significantly over the last few weeks, what's happened is that the rewards that you're getting for providing that liquidity is hugely outsized now, and you're getting some really good returns. So here Jasper was highlighting that, saying you can now get 32.6% APR on that PancakeSwap liquidity position. So of course, as always, interact with these protocols at your own risk. This is not DeFi allocation advice. Everything can be hacked and stolen, so please keep that in mind. But it looks like when PancakeSwap's token Cake pumped, the rewards there got really attractive for a while. Okay, and talking about attractive yield, here we've got a new update from Ethereum Staking Guide. So they're saying RPL DeFi has been updated to end the year 2023, and he says that there's good scope. They say that there's a good scope for yield here, and let's go and have a look. He says there's 30% plus yield for rETH and rETH on gamma strategies with RPL incentives. And then there's a walkthrough guide of how you can do that. Then there's a mentioning of Cake again about how you can get 30+% on through the liquidity positions there as well. And then it says if you like DeFi with only staked ETH on Curve Finance, the OS ETH and rETH is earning around 5% in SY Stakewise and Curve tokens. So they're giving some boost there as well, and that's not including the staking rewards for both of the underlying tokens. So there's good money to be made there too. It says if you're into BTC, then there's other pools here that you could get some rewards on as well, and then you can see all the rETH integrations from the rpldefi.com page, which is the Google sheet that Kent Philly keeps up to date. So if you're curious about that, go and have a look and find where you can get some good yield for your rETH. Okay, next we had this question from Finbob, who asked Ramana. He says that a friend made a Rocketarb transaction to set up a new validator, and what happened is he was really happy with the tool, but he says that the friend was missing attestations because they needed to restart the validator after a successful Rocketarb. He says, what do you think? So I think what happened here is a Sneaky Ninja guy gave some updates as well. He says, I've encountered this problem a couple of times, but it was because I did a manual stake instead of allowing the smart nodes to auto stake. The smart node automatically restarts the validator container upon a successful auto stake. But if you manually stake, you're required to manually restart the validator container, or else you miss attestations when your validator gets activated. Just trying to pinpoint whether it's an actual issue, since I initially suspected Rocketarb when I ran into this issue, but then I found out that it was actually due to manual stakes. And then he says patches recently made a pull request updating the smart node messaging to make this clearer. So then there's a link there as well. And then here's patches' pull request. So it says fix the SNG amnesiac restart after stake text. So what happened is Sneaky realized this about a year ago, and then forgot about it, and then realized it again last week. So that's the issue. But yeah, if you are setting up validators and if you manually call stake, if you use Rocket Pool minipool stake command, then there's a chance that your new validator might miss some proposals. So it's not a proposal, sorry, attestations. So make sure that you restart that if you do that. And now there'll be a reminder in the smart node stack as well to tell you to do that. Oh wait, we already covered that. Okay, so of course, it was the holidays recently. Well, we might still be in the holiday period, I guess, with New Year's, and I guess there was lots of goodwill being spread around. So here Invis took out butter for dinner and paid for it. He says, I bought butter, some good food for once. So there's some sushi, and it looks like some kind of pho and some other stuff. So so butter had tori Peyton ramen, which is chicken soup with homemade noodles, chicken breast, miso. Yeah, so he enjoyed that, and that was nice. So there was lots of spreading of holiday cheer around. There was even the POAP for the holiday cheer. Let me see if I can show you that. I don't know if I've shown you all this before or not. I probably have. Yeah. So happy holidays. Yeah, we talked about this on the show. So I don't know if there's any POAPs available for this anymore or not, but there's people still saying Happy New Year and stuff, which is nice. And then with the price doing some nice things over the last week or so, for a while, people started talking about islands. So here DoubleMint said, anyone got any leads on private islands? What's the best I can get for $10,000 USD? And people were talking about how I think he says got to ask Marcy about that one. He had some website that he did his island shopping on, and that was the Sotheby's website, I think, with the island shopping. And then as there was talk about islands and like selling and buying islands, Marcy stopped into trading, says, "What's new, my fellow island enthusiasts?" So that's the kind of point that the market had reached, and that was when RPL was $33 nearly, and then last night it went down to like 30, so 10% decrease. But that's okay. There's like market shenanigans going on with the BTC ETF approval. The news should be coming in any day now that it's been approved. So I think there'll be some market volatility before we either move up or down. I don't think anyone really knows what's going to happen. Okay, next we've got some info from Vitalik that I want to go over for a few minutes. So here Vitalik has a new blog post called "Make Ethereum Cypherpunk Again." Cypherpunk again. Okay, I don't know why I couldn't say that word for a second. So he starts the post by sharing some memories of being in Germany and being in the US and being in places where there were like little communities spreading up around using Bitcoin, and how these were embracing a lot of crypto, like they were embracing crypto as a way of like bypassing political or economic issues in their areas. And Vitalik basically is saying that it's time to embrace some of those early values around crypto or cryptocurrencies. And then one of the things that I really found interesting in this article was this section here where he talks about what are some of these values that he wants people to come back to. And he says many of these values are shared not just by Ethereum community but also by other blockchain communities and even non-blockchain decentralization communities, though each community has its own unique combination of these values and how much each one is emphasized. So a few weeks ago, there was this discussion about Ethereum alignment and what it means, or does it even mean anything really, and it's just a meme kind of thing. But here Vitalik kind of included this in this post, and I think this is what I'm going to point people at forever now whenever they ask what does Ethereum alignment mean. So Vitalik says open global participation. Anyone in the world should be able to participate as a user, observer, developer on a maximally equal footing. Participants should be permissionless. So then we have decentralization, minimize the dependence of an application on any one single actor. In particular, an application should continue working even if its core developers disappear forever. Then censorship resistance, the centralized actors should not have the power to interfere with any given user's or application's ability to operate. Auditability, credible neutrality, building tools, not empires, and cooperative mindset. So these are some of the values that Vitalik was sharing here, and I think that's really interesting. But go and give the whole of the post a read if you want to get an idea of what Vitalik's thinking and what he wants Ethereum and crypto as a whole, I guess, to look like. Again, from Vitalik here, we have an update of the roadmap for the one that was for 2023, and in here, it's got the regular sections that we became aware of when the roadmap, this new roadmap idea was working from. So there's the merge, the surge, the scourge, the verge, the purge, and the splurge. So those are all the different sections. So in the merge section, most of the stuff is done there with the withdrawals and validators and stuff. But then there's the next section as well about like secret leader election and single slot flat finality and stuff like that. That's going to come later. With the surge, this is EIP 4844 and how that's coming along and how those boxes are almost full now. And then there's other stuff that is still being worked on with like efficient data availability and other things. And then with the scourge, this is about mitigating centralization concerns Ethereum proof of stake design, particularly around MEV and liquid staking protocols. So here, they've got extra protocol MEV markets, so that's available now. Wait, is that what it says? Buckles, maybe? I'm not sure. My eyesight isn't what it used to be. And then there's a lot of work that needs to be done in this section, I think. Then the verge, some parts of that's done with the purge, some parts of that is done as well, and there's more work to do. And then the splurge as well, there's some work on that is done as well, and then a lot more work left to do as well. So this is a nice little update from Vitalik that's kind of pulled in information from a whole bunch of different client teams and developers and Ethereum Foundation researchers. They've all kind of, Vitalik's pulled all this information from all these different places and kind of put it into this roadmap to just let people know where we are and how we stand on these different matters. Okay, next we have this post from the NodeSet Discord, where Mighty M says, for your information, everyone, check your email spam folders if you're expecting a confirmation email from NodeSet but can't find it. I received mine on December 22nd, but it went to my junk folder, so I didn't find it until now. So if you were interviewed with Nick for NodeSet, and if you never got an email confirmation of you being invited into NodeSet, then maybe check your spam folder, because it might be that your information is in there. Okay, and because it's the first episode of January, today we are going to finish the episode with the latest raffle. So here we have the raffle leaderboard. So it starts with Sneaky and it goes all the way down to Lilac, which was 37 contributors this month. So because of the tool that Hippocrates made here, all I need to do now is just copy and paste the list of the raffle people. So there we have, like Sneaky has 36 tickets, Mig has 11, Jasper has 9, Patches has 7, Vaya has 6, Chaos 6, etc. So I'm just going to copy these and I'm going to paste it into the tool right here. And then, yeah, that's looking okay. Right. What's the problem here with Vaya's name? Let me just clean this up a little bit. Right, okay. Six. Let me delete that. Okay, there we go. That's cleaned up a little bit now. So what I'm going to do is when I press go, that will be the start of the raffle. Actually, let me just change the screen here so you can see that. Yeah, when I press go, that'll be the start of the raffle. As always, there'll be 8 prizes because 2 prizes have already been allocated to contributors. So let's see what happens. Okay, that didn't like that. So let me just put that back the way it was. Okay, so number 1, Dondo, Jasper the Friendly Ghost, Invis, Patches, Yokum, Sneaky, Blue AVM, and Mig. And if any of these people don't get them, then we get Samus and Kent as the backups if someone doesn't claim their prize. So that's the end of the raffle. Thank you all for contributing to Rocket Pool in December. Without you all's contributions, I wouldn't be able to make this show. So I truly appreciate it. And this is, I'm really looking forward to a great 2024 for all of us together. I think this is going to be an amazing year for Rocket Pool. So thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Pool community. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.